Used to be a time in my life when we were lovers, and we shared this apartment together, just us two. Think of how we planned to get married, saying, love, how I used to know you well. Whoa, whoa, I can't stand this living all alone. Whoa, whoa, I can't stand this living all alone.
Cat Fontaine.
Oh no.
Cat. Great, great. I've been
Doris.
listening to YouTube on your music on YouTube, and I know that's you.
Thanks, Doris. Yeah.
Great.
So nice to meet
What
you.
a great voice you have, and thank you
you.
for coming on to the DHJ.
Oh, it's my
show.
pleasure. Absolutely.
I've learned so much about you and all the people you've worked with throughout your musical career. It's been great. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
There have been so many people that put time and energy into me for me to be who I am today. Thank God that I got the gifts that I got. And Norman Harris and Mike Nice for finding me. First I found Mike, then Mike found me.
Yes.
And recorded me for between 13 and 17.
13 years old.
Yeah, yeah. And it's no strange coincidence that I worked at Society Hill Sound, and now I'm once with the Society Hill Orchestra.
Yeah, and let's just take a second. Let me move out the way. And let's just take a second and let's look at this.
Yeah,
Isn't this beautiful?
this banner is really nice.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. Kian Harcum made this for me, the whole layout and everything. He did a wonderful job.
He does a lot of good work.
Yes.
His banners, his business cards. Kian, you're one of the best.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, when did this passion for music, when did this begin?
Oh, I fell in love at the age of 8. Even younger than that. My mom always sang around the house. We went to church, she sang in the choir. We wound up getting all three, me, my brother, and my sister in the choir. But my mother sang to us. And there was so much joy in the house when she sang. I just fell in love with singing, and I wanted to do what she did. So I learned
And
to sing.
you studied. That's the
Yes.
thing, you studied. You
Yes.
studied the artist.
Yes. In school, in elementary school, I studied. There was a children's choir. In junior high school, I was in the concert choir. I was always in one choir or another. I sang in the choir at the church. But I gravitated first towards classical music, and then towards Motown. And then I heard this sound with strings and horns, and I was in love. And I started reading the back of these records that my neighbor was bringing over to my mom's house that said, not for sale, for promotional use. His name was Leroy.
So you had a neighbor live next door that worked at
Yes.
Sigma Sound?
He worked at 309 South Broad
309
Street.
South Broad
Yes,
Street.
Leroy Johnson. He was doing lead sheets for Mr. Gamble.
Oh,
And in order to do the lead sheets, they would give him the entire album. And when he was finished doing the album, he could keep the album, but he brought it to me. And I got a chance to learn the names, who the writers were, the arrangers, the producers, the studio, the engineers, the background vocalists. I knew Barbara, Yvette, and Carla, I think, before I knew a whole lot of other vocalists.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, they were amazing. They're amazing. They must be the most recorded vocalists in history. And I got to know all of those names: Norman Harris, Ron Tyson, Bobby Eli, T. Conway. And when I was working with Mike Nice, he introduced me to Norman Harris. And I knew who Norman was.
Yes, you knew him because you had been studying him.
Yeah, absolutely. And he needed a lead vocalist who could also double on background for a group that was coming out of Chester, PA, and I'm from Chester. The group was the Signs of Times. And he had a chance for them to sign with South Soul Records. And Mike introduced me to him, and I asked Norman if I could do lead and background vocals and do some vocal arranging. I would love to sign with the group, but the Signs of Times was great. And that's how it happened, and I wound up being a South Soul Records recording artist. And we recorded Love Is Finally Coming My Way and As Long As You Love Me, and I'm doing lead vocals and background vocals. Yeah.
Well, your career has really taken you.
It really has.
You're amazing. You know,
Thank you.
when I read your, I'm going to say your bio,
Yeah.
It was things on there. It was unbelievable. All of the local big legends that you had met, worked with. You sang background for many. And then you end up you were writing a song, and you're just doing so much.
I've been blessed. I don't know
Yes.
how else to say it. I've been blessed. Norman took me under his wing when True Example was the name of the group I was with. When True Example disbanded, Norman took me under his wing, and he would take me in all of the studios in the Philadelphia area, and he taught me what it was like from the beginning of cutting the rhythm section all the way to the end when they were mastering the tracks. Everything was analog then. I've done a lot of sessions for Norman background session in Alpha, Sigma, Virtue, K-Gem, Society Hill Sound. I worked in Queen Village Recording Studio with Walter Kahn. I've worked with so many people.
So many. Conway.
Yeah, T.
Conway.
Conway, Bobby Eli. Eli produces me very well. And then I met Butch Ingram when I was 22. Butch and Barbara were coming in for a session. And Norman had me doing a background vocal session, but he thought it was, every time someone come in that he thought I needed to know, he would pull me out of the session. And he said, Kat, have you met them, Barbara yet? I said, no, I haven't met her yet. And he pulled me in the hallway, and Barbara and Butch Ingram were in the hallway. I couldn't have been more than 22. So it was no coincidence when Benny Barksdale, when I ran into him in 2019, I believe it was, and we exchanged phone numbers. And I called Benny one day, and he didn't answer. And I take voicemail very seriously. When people don't answer, I drop a song in their voicemail. I think that's normal.
Yeah. Okay.
So I left a voicemail, and he told Butch about me. And Butch said, ask her to call me. I did my homework on her. She's been around some good people.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He offered me to do 5 songs on an instrumental CD. He said, I want to get your name, your face, and your voice back out there. This was in October of 2021. And I was so appreciative. I did my homework on the tracks. He said, just come in. We'll do the first session. My brothers have cut new tracks, so just vibe off of it when you get in. So I met him on November 22nd, and I was working on the first track. And he said, oh, you sound really good. And then he started laughing. And I said, Butch, why are you laughing? And he said, I don't think you know how good you are.
Oh, wow.
I was very flattered. And
Yes.
he said, come in, I want you to know what you sound like. So I went in and I heard it, and it was like the good old days. I was so glad to be back in the studio again.
Kat.
When I went back in, and he was laughing again, and I said, Butch, why are you laughing? He said, your vocals just sound so good. I said, listen, I have been doing this. I know when I'm on mic, a live mic, it's my job to knock your socks off. So if they're coming loose, just pull them up and press the record button. Let's get this done. So I was trying to get a hit. And we finished the first song. We started the second song. And before we even finished the second song, Butch asked me to come in the studio. And I went in and I said, what is it? And he was in thought. And he said, I told you this was going to be an instrumental CD that was going to be released in December. But you can forget all that. This CD is going to be all you. I'm going to put your name on it, and I'm going to release it worldwide.
And that's what happened.
That's what happened.
So your new CD is on social media, all social media platforms?
Every social media platform.
What's the name of it? What's the name?
Kat Fontaine and the Society Hill Orchestra / this time.
Okay.
Yes. I'm so proud of our work. Yes.
Well, when you were younger, when you were 13, 14, 15, 16, and you heard your music on the radio, how did that make you feel?
Oh, I was so proud. I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
I was running around saying, did you hear it? That's me. That's me. And I'm still that excited. When I perform live.
It's no different now. You're still excited, right?
I'm still excited, yeah. When people hear my music and I see how it moves people and it moves me, it's a very nice experience to have someone enjoy what you do, the gifts that God has given me. So I just love to do that. And as long as God gives me strength and breath and the ability to keep entertaining, I really want to do as much as I can, as often as I can.
And you have so many skills. How many instruments do you play?
Well, I have to play an instrument from every family of the instrument, so I'm proficient at about 5, but I've played about 8. And yeah, I love music. And I think as a vocalist, lead or background, it's important to know the musicianship, and so you're able to get in when the vocals need to be heard, and you're able to get out when the instrumentation is there, so that there's no conflict. It's always a learning experience. I've done it a lot, but I intend on doing a lot more.
Yes.
I have a lot of music inside of me. I've been writing now, and Conway is encouraging me, and Darnell is encouraging me, and Butch is always being encouraging to me, even though he was the last producer that I've met. I've known the rest of them for decades. So, yeah, I'm just very blessed.
And you have a degree in music.
Yes, I got a Bachelor of Science degree in music education K through 12 from Delaware State University.
Can't stop you.
There's a lot to learn. I don't know what else to say. There's a lot I need to know, a lot I want to learn. The music business has changed, so I'm still learning, and I love it. I love it. Excites me.
You know, one question I always ask, like we had some couple down years because of COVID.
Yeah.
Okay, and so many of the musicians, most of them, they couldn't perform, with no live performances. How did you keep yourself busy during that time? Did you learn new skills? What did you do?
Well, I did do some new things. I was learning how to write, how to be a songwriter. Mr. Conway has always been very generous with his time, and I was learning from him how to be a better songwriter.
Okay.
And I wanted to, after we came out of that COVID period, which we're still struggling with, I wanted to be able to record some of my own material.
Right.
And I'd recorded before. My first song was Norman Harris's last song. In 1987, I recorded a song called "We the People."
I saw some of that.
Yeah, it's in this memorial book where they
Can we
memorialize Norman. Yeah,
I don't know how I can hold that.
It was a tribute to Norman Harris, and Clive Davis came, and Norman had promised the song to Clive Davis.
They can't see it.
Oh wow!
It's a tribute.
Yeah.
This is a tribute to the man and his music, Mr. Norman Harris.
Anybody who attended that memorial for Norman, if you look on page 22, there you'll find my first song and Norman's last song. He passed away on Saturday. Our session was supposed to be on Sunday.
Oh, my God.
So Jimmy Ellis came in, and he did the lead part, the preamble to the Constitution, and I did the lead vocals. It was extremely difficult, but we managed to get through it. This is We the People.
We the People. This is a song that you wrote, right?
Yes, and Norman did the arrangement with the music.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Where can, you have that booklet, Tribute to Norman Harris. Is that online where people can go get it?
No, I've never been able to find it online. A friend of mine and of Norman's, and Henry Terrell, who was Norman's best friend.
Okay.
She got in touch with me because someone had stolen my book, and she made a copy of the book for me so that I could bring it with me today.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, when you're listening to your music in the studio, when you're listening to your music, how does it feel? Do you say, well, I could do it better, let me do it again? Or do you say, finally you said, this is it?
Well,
I've done a good job, and this is good, and you know that you've done a good job.
Yes, well, it has a lot to do with whoever's hired you to do the session.
Okay.
You want to make sure that the person that's hired you is satisfied.
Okay.
So if there's something that they have noticed that they might want to suggest for you to try, you want to, of course, do that. So I've always done that first. And then if there's anything that I think that I can add that might enhance the track, I ask that person, would you mind if I try this? And usually they're in agreement with that. What I do is going to enhance the track. So it's a fun game at some point. But my job is to always get a hit. That's what I'm there for. That's what I'm there for.
Well, what is your typical day like now that you're going back to your music on a full-time basis. You recording, and after a while, you're going to be performing. And, you know, what is your typical day like now?
Well, I usually go to bed early
Uh-huh.
because I usually get up between 3 and 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hey.
I have lyrics in my head and I have to
Yeah.
dump them somewhere.
Yes.
So I have pens and papers and books and
Yes.
things that I have to write these lyrics that are coming in my head, and sometimes arrangements that I hear,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to write things down while it's fresh. And but I don't usually go back to sleep.
No.
There's
that's the day.
it just kind of one thing leads into another. So
Mhm.
I start putting my tracks on, which has graced me with this CD, and I can't play it enough. I'm just so full of joy that I can still say again, that's me.
Yes,
That's
yes.
me.
Mhm.
And I play my tracks, and I have Bluetooth now in my bedroom, so I don't wake the neighbors, but I play my tracks, and I practice lip syncing to the tracks, and I practice singing live to the tracks. And as the day goes on, it gets later, I can really stand up and work on the mic and do a little choreography. I may be somebody's grandmother, but I don't intend on shaking it like somebody's grandmother when I get on stage.
Okay.
Yeah, I love what I do. And yeah, it's during the day, things come to me,
Exciting
and
day, right?
it's always exciting.
And you're preparing because you're preparing now. Now you have this CD out. You're preparing now. You got to go work it.
That's right.
You got to go work it. So
That's
you're
right.
getting yourself prepared for that.
That's right. So there's a lot more standing up, a lot more exercising, making sure that I'm eating properly,
Mm-hmm.
getting some walking in, some exercise outside, some
Okay.
fresh air, and standing on mic and preparing to be able to stand and work and entertain for 50 minutes to an hour. So I can have fun with my audiences like the old days. Yeah.
Busy day.
Yeah.
Are you working on any original material?
Yes, I've been writing some songs. I'm getting better at it.
I know you
Darnell
are.
Jordan is helping me get better at it.
Thank you, Darnell.
Yeah. Bobby Eli also.
Bobby Eli,
He's
thank
also
you.
been helping me get better at it. And every now and then I'll call Earl Young and I'll ask Earl what did he think of what I was doing. And the other day I called him and I started singing because although Earl is in his 80s, he's going on tour again. And I said, well, you know, hook a sister up. I can
Yeah.
still open up for you. I'm ready to do
Yeah.
my own tour. So, yeah, I've been very blessed, you know. And during the COVID time, we lost a lot of good people
Yes.
from the music
Yes.
industry,
Yes.
and that was tough.
Yeah.
But I'm just so grateful that I'm still here and I'm still able to do it, and that people still enjoy to hear me sing, and that the producers still think that I have something to share. And now this songwriting, that I'm able to get
Yeah.
the
you
good
face.
messages and be able to deliver good songs.
Get
and
your
good
thoughts
material.
out,
Yeah,
the feelings out.
absolutely. Been through a lot, 3 surgeries in 16 months. Yeah.
And we're glad to have you because you have been a major part in the Philadelphia scene.
Wow.
Whether we knew you or not, hearing all the things that you have done, you have contributed so many things to the music industry, and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
You know, we thank you for that.
Yeah. I did a lot of work with Sherry Wilson Butler.
Sherry, hi Sherry.
Yeah. We did a lot of background vocals together. And at a certain point when they asked Sherry and I to be background vocalists for Teddy Pendergrass, she was hired to do that, and I chose to move to Europe, and I wanted to explore what it was like in another culture, in another country. And I got there, and I asked, where do the musicians go? And I met Cesar Siderwijk from the Golden Earring, and he introduced me to the contractors there. So I wound up doing TV there, live performances there with World Press Photo. I taught band and choir at the American School of The Hague.
They treated you like a queen.
They
Oh,
did. I
man.
got flowers every time I performed. Yeah. And Ron Laser and Winston Holzberg and all of those musicians are still in my life. I couldn't
You're
be
in
more blessed.
contact with all those
All
people.
of them. I still do a public speaking master class with Winston Holzberg. And it's at 4 o'clock in the morning because they're 6 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
But Winston was my drummer, and now he's like the public speaking architect of the Netherlands. I'm fluent in Dutch, and the sessions are in Dutch, but it keeps me on my toes so that when I get ready to go to the Dutch audiences, I'm ready for that. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Let's take a few minutes and let's see who's here. Okay, Shirley Carter. Just talking about you, Shirley. Thanks a lot for joining in. And Linda.
Oh, that's my elementary and junior high and high school music
pronounce
teacher.
her name for me.
Linda DeProfetis McDonald.
Okay.
Hi, Miss McDonald. I know I agreed to call you Mac, but that's really hard.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
Hi,
amazing.
Shirley.
She plays French horn.
Beverly. Beverly, where'd you go? Beverly, evening, beautiful ladies. Thank you for joining in, Beverly. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that Tina Fontaine?
Tiana, yes, that's my
Tiana
cousin.
Fontaine?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Tiana. And Shirley Carter, loving this from S.J. Carter, Yes Media LLC.
Oh,
Thank
thank you.
Tiana Fontaine again. Egypt Marie.
Delaware
That's
State
my cousin,
University,
that's
DSU.
Okay. Thank you for joining in, Egypt. Thank you, everybody, for joining in.
Thank you, everyone.
She has a fantastic story. Just like she's telling this story about all the things that she's done throughout her life. You have to go to YouTube and you have to check out her music, because that tells the rest of the story.
Yeah.
And it's going to lead you to want more. And what Kat is going to do is get with Butch Ingram, and they're going to get us some original material.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
you're singing those songs. I said, oh my God, wait until she does all this original material.
I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I really have.
She's done so many things in
really
her
have.
career.
But I'm not done yet.
No, it's still moving.
Yeah.
We follow your musical journey from the age of, like, your young age, 13, and we keep you coming back.
Yeah.
Because every year, every 2 or 3 years, you're doing more.
Yeah.
And you're adding on to that journey.
Yes. It's a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you're never too old to learn. So I like that I can learn in this business, that I can reinvent myself, because every day I'm trying to be a better version of myself. That's what we do.
I know.
And we want to remain relevant. The music business has changed, but the desire to entertain only gets stronger as you get older. It doesn't fade. At least with me, it hasn't. And I'm looking forward to being able to do live entertainment and do more recording with Butch and with other producers that I know and have worked with over the years.
So we songwriters, we can send you some of our material.
Oh, yes, please do.
We can
Yes.
send you some of our material.
Absolutely.
But where would we send them? You have an email?
I have an email, okkp931@gmail.com.
One more time.
okkp931@gmail.com.
Okay. Well, that is something else. I'm just so amazed at all the things. When I listened to you, what was that? That was resume was 8 pages or 10 pages?
Oh, yes. It was only supposed to be one page, but Roger Cash was writing it for the record company, Butch's record company, Essential Media Group. Mm-hmm. And as I began...
He did a great job, too.
I think so, too.
Yeah, he did a great job.
And he said, I'm going to record this, and it's going to be one page. And about 7 days later, he called me, and he said, your story is so amazing and compelling. And I said, Roger, I've just been so blessed. And putting one foot in front of the other, and it's been one exciting moment after another. And all of the gentlemen that were in my life, and many of them are still in my life as my friends and as my brothers, I've just been so blessed that he said, well, I want to warn you, your bio that was supposed to be one page is 8 pages. And I'm not going to make it shorter, because when someone starts reading your story, they'll feel compelled to read on. Yeah. So I hope that's how it happens.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
We have many young people, older people that are still trying to get into the music business.
Yeah.
You know, and they have a passion for it, and then they will never stop.
Yeah.
What inspirational words would you give them tonight?
I thought about this. I think it's important to believe in yourself, to surround yourself with people who believe in you, to do your homework, to familiarize yourself with the people that you want to advance your career with, and the people that you want to work with.
Mhm.
And don't give up
No.
and keep up the faith. Keep
No.
the faith.
No. No.
It's never too late.
Should they, if it's a vocalist, should they choose the type of music, the genre of music they want to specialize in? Should they try different types of music? If they're trying to find their way, say, may say, well, I want to be a jazz singer. Or should she say, I want to be an R&B singer? Should she try them both till she find her niche?
With me, when I knew I wanted to sing all kinds of music.
Okay.
I wanted to be good at everything I did. So I studied a lot of styles,
Okay.
but I found it easier to sing from my heart when I was singing what I love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I love R&B music. I love pop music. I love jazz music. Dionne Warwick. I cut my chops on Dionne Warwick.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy Wilson, Della Reese, the old classics, Carmen McRae.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you always give more when you do it from your heart, whatever it is you do.
That's right. That's
So,
right. Sure. You want the mic? You can take the mic. Bashful. Go ahead.
From the changes that we've gone through, from, check this out, 45's albums,
yeah.
tapes, CDs, now streaming. How's that affected you?
Well, you left out 12 inches
Oh.
with Tom Moulton. Would be exalted if you left out. Tom was a friend of mine. And, well, the media may change, but the delivery of the voice doesn't change.
Nope.
You always got to strive to get better at doing that. Whatever the manufacturers or whatever that's going to be, it's going to be that way. And you have to make sure that your vocal is the best that it can be. So no matter where it goes, that it comes out as good as you would like it to be. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that a lot of things has changed, but a lot of things have not changed.
Yeah.
You know, people still like to listen to good music.
Good music is still good
Songwriters
music.
still like to write good songs,
Yeah.
and performers
Absolutely.
still like to perform. Do live
Absolutely.
performances. So a lot of things still remain the same. And I
Yes.
wish you the best in your career. And Gilbert and I are here to do whatever we can
Thank you.
to see that that happens. And you have a great producer, which is one of the best.
Yeah.
And he finds, let's give him
After
Yeah.
after a decade or more with Norman Harris, how could I get so lucky?
I know.
It's just a blessing, and I know that's what it is. It's no coincidence.
Okay.
So
Do you want to say anything else? Because it's getting time for us to leave. Come on.
I just want to thank everyone. My partner Daryl Turner.
Mhm.
I like to thank Butch's family, his wife Sharon, his daughter-in-law, and Carla Benson is doing background on my tracks.
Oh, okay.
I
Carla.
couldn't imagine, she's amazing.
Mhm.
I've been reading her name since I was like 8 or 9 years old on the back of those jackets. And the level of expertise with the musicians that I've made and who've made friends with me and who are still in my life, Robert Upchurch, Earl Young, Bobby Eli. I just can't thank enough of them enough.
Okay.
They're my brothers, and I'm grateful for all the time and energy that they put in me. And I just want to do more to make them proud. And if I can do anything to encourage somebody's child to put a gun down and pick up a mic or an instrument,
Hey, yes.
that's what I'd like to do. So
Thank
I want to give back, and I want to be there to make things better.
Okay.
Yep.
Before we leave, let's introduce your cousin over there.
Oh, this is my cousin, Nolan
Yes.
Fontaine. Almost Dr. Nolan Fontaine. He's a
Yes.
professor from Howard University.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me explain the camera all over. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my Nolan. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Nolan and I are here to make Chester, PA proud. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Nolan. Thank you.
Thanks, Nolan.
And Kat, we're gonna say goodbye to our audience today, but I really appreciate you coming on the show tonight. Although we had a little bit of difficulty getting on Facebook tonight, you made it worth our while.
Thank you so much.
And we've learned so much about you and your music career. So thank you.
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Thank you, Gil.